Trust me, I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about y'all, all right? Relax. Relax. Put the pitchforks and torches down. We do not ride at dawn. Relax. All right? This is a very jam packed show, so I had to make sure I had everything under control because the things I have to talk about today, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, of all races, welcome back to another episode of My Honest Take. This is the only podcast that matters and the only pod you'll ever need with your host, Quincy. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. Before we get the show started, let's get the formalities out the way. We do this each and every single week. Y'all know the routine. Thank you guys for constantly tuning into the podcast. Thank you for showing endless amount of support and love. You guys been constantly sharing, constantly liking. It's been monumental, the growth that we have made in the past couple months, just to see the work that we've both put in. I can't say I'm doing this without y'all. I really can't. Because you're the ones who's listening. You're the ones who's tuning in. So I do appreciate each and every single one of y'all for that. Okay. So I just want to give you guys your flowers like each and every day. All right. So I think that's everything. That's everything. All right. We gave y'all thanks. All right. Let's jump right into it. All right. Let's just jump right into it. Listen, today's podcast is jam packed. Okay. It's jam packed to the brim. That's why I'm a little late. All right, I'm a little late. You're probably at work already, but it's all right. It's all right. Or maybe you're just getting to work. All right, maybe you're going on lunch. Maybe just a little 15. I still got you covered. All right, just skip the intro. Get to right here. You'll be all right. I got you. All right, I didn't forget about y'all. So listen, let's just dive right in. Shannon Sharpe is done. He might be toast. It's finito. All right, and let me explain why. If you don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, he is a personality. I like to call people who have very vibrant personalities who are on talk shows or even podcasts like this. They're personalities. All right, Shannon Sharpe's one of the big ones. He's a funny guy. He was a football player for the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. So you would think I'm biased, but after all the news I heard and seen, it might be toast. But he was a tight end. Some people know him off of football, but he was also on First Take, and he was on his show with Skip Bayless. So I know a lot of people remember him from there. But now he is on First Take with Stephen A. on ESPN, and also has his own podcast, The Nightcap Show with Chad Ochocinco. All right, so there you go. There goes Shannon Sharpe. You should know him from all of that. Quick Google search, boom, he pops up. And you know what else will pop up? A white girl. Yeah, because he's done. Let's explain. Well, let's backtrack. Okay, so if we all remember, Shannon Sharpe had his little what 10 minutes of fame when he went on IG Live having sex with a girl. Okay, and we all were like, "Yo, we know that it wasn't no PR stunt or I got hacked. No, this was you. You know what I mean?" And when we first seen it, it was more like, oh my gosh, yeah, this happens before. This is funny, ha ha, he. Everybody's laughing, right? Of course, Shannon Sharpe's doing damage control. No, it wasn't me. My team's on it. Going on his podcast. Yeah, okay, it was me. I apologize. It was a very intimate moment. I feel ashamed. Da da da. We got it. Cool. Okay. Everybody handles it differently. What we didn't see was the aftermath of a few people coming through saying, well, nah, this may have just been a whole stunt. This was a hoax because everybody's been saying Shannon Sharpe sleeping with men. Shannon Sharpe doing these things that we don't think he'll do. Nah, he don't mess with girls like that. Nah, he probably does this. So this was just something to get people off his back. Like, okay, he do get the bitches. That's what they're trying to say. Oh, he do get women. Okay, got you. But what we're not understanding, okay, that's the part we're not understanding. We seen this and heard this, but we really weren't there. Okay, that's what we don't understand. We don't know for sure how this happened because to go on Instagram Live, you have to click a couple buttons. You know what I mean? It's not just a accident, slide up, boom, you're live. No, you gotta click a couple things. So then it makes you wonder what was really going on. And the reason I bring that story back up is to lead it to this. All right. So Shannon Sharpe apparently is in a legal battle for sexual assault and rape. Very sensitive topic for some people. Okay. But in this case is with a Jane Doe at first. All right. Nobody knew who she was. All right. It just came out. And hold on. This came out. All right. After Shannon ended up getting an extension for First Take for $100 million. That's the part that got me at first. That's the part where I'm like, all right, nah, I'm on Shannon's side because what's going on? All right, you just signed $100 million deal. All right, and 2 days later you got this case. It pops up. Now, like I said, it's iffy because people could be like, nah, it's just a coincidence, but we've seen this happen multiple times. Rape accusers or sexual assault victims will wait until the accuser or the accuser, or not the accuser, the accused, I should say, their abuser, wait till they are at their top to bring them down. Now, if they really did it, then I'm cool with it. But at the same time, it's like, why wait for that exact moment? That's kind of petty. But like I said, if it's true, I ain't mad at you. Do your thing, get your money. But if you're waiting for your quote unquote abuser to get paid, someone who didn't do nothing, and now you want to try to milk money out of them, that's messed up. Because, like I said, I know it's a sensitive topic for some people, and it's something that they just don't come right out the gate and say, like, yeah, this happened to me. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. I get it. So, you feel like you can't just speak out right away. But to wait specifically after money, it makes everything look iffy. Especially if it's real, it will still make it look iffy. So you got to pay attention to that. But this right here was very planned. Like, you wait until then because apparently this has been going on for years. You see what I'm saying? This has been going on for 2-3 years. And that's the part where I said that's iffy now. Okay. But let's bring it down. All right. So Miss Jane Doe, her name is Gabby Zuniga, I believe. Listen, I may have butchered it. I don't know. All right. But we're gonna just pass by that. All right. But she's a 20-year-old OnlyFans girl, okay, who's suing Shannon Sharpe, who is 54, all right, for 50 million after, excuse me, he offered her $10 million to keep quiet. All right. So let's look at it right now from here. All right, because there's more to this case. It's jam packed. I forget about y'all. It's just jam packed. So, 20-year-old. That's what a 54-year-old. It's not. It's not sexual assault. It's not rape. All right. If everything is consensual, legally this is fine. Now, morally, we could look at it like, that's kind of nasty. That's kind of weird. Okay, you can say that. That's cool. That's cool. But you can't look at them and say, bro, you're a creep. You're weird. That's a child. You can't really say that. Because then it makes you think, then what's the cutoff to have consensual sex? Because most states is 16. Other states is 15. Some boast it up to 17. We might have some that's 18. But out of 50 states, if you get the average, it's 16, right? And people will say, oh no, your frontal lobe isn't fully developed. You don't know right from wrong, really. You're not really fully grown. You feel like you could be easily manipulated. You can say that with any age. You could really say that with any age. Now, I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. Pay attention. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying we can't really use that. That we can't use that anymore. All right, because it could be multitude of so many reasons now. Because you could say that for someone, oh, you're 16, no, you're manipulated, but they're more grown than their age tells. You know what I mean? Like, no, I know what I'm doing. No, I understand he's this, I understand that, this, that, and that. I just love him because you can't love has too many definitions. You know what I mean? So if you see someone, oh, bro, he's 19, took to 60-year-old, bro, he's weird. He's weird. Oh my gosh, nah. Nah, if that 60-year-old girl says no, I love him, how you gonna tell her what love is? Do you know what love is? You could probably say, yeah, I know what love is. All right, ask someone else what love is. They're gonna give you a whole different definition. Everybody's definition or interpretation of love is different. So that's the part where it's like, mm, there's variables in everything. Everything in life has variables and stipulations. You have to look at. All right. But in this case, like I said, we could look at it and say, yeah, socially, that's not really acceptable, bro. That's weird. Why you not talking to 60-year-olds? Why you not talking to 54? Why you talking to a 50-year-old? Like, what's going on, Shannon? Why you messing with this? Now we all know. Like, quick little sex, cool. Get myself back in the game. All right. All right, she's 18 plus. All right, we good. About 2 years, she's 20, about to be 21. All right, we good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, right? So, like I said, to us, we could look at it like it's weird, but okay, all right, he's legal. I mean, he's not messing up no laws or anything. He's not a pedophile, so you can't call him that. So then that's the part where it's like, okay, so this is more of a socially acceptable thing, right? Okay, that makes sense. Now let's move a little bit further into it. Now he's offering her 10 million to keep quiet. Now, people just looking at the outside not really looking in. They just gonna look at it like, oh, this is hush money. Yo, yeah, I did this. Don't do it. No, you're sadly mistaken. What this is money to keep everything quiet. Pretty much meaning, hey, let's not take this public. Let's talk about this, between my lawyers and your lawyers. Let's do this without people knowing, right? And you can do that. All right, I'll take that 10 mil. All right, let's talk about it. Now, if that happened, we won't know nothing. Now that's the part where it can look iffy. It can. Because then we're looking at it like, bro, why'd you even offer 10 million in the first place, bro? What you really do? You know what I mean? That makes sense. But like I said, on the other spectrum, it's like bro, I'm a public figure. I got family. Let's relax because now I don't want to have to do this. Because now, if she's really lying, it's like, bro, you put all these people that I love in jeopardy of being related to me now. Wherever they go, people gonna look at them weird too now because of me. People are trying to stop talking to me. I'm gonna lose more deals. Like, that's why people don't want to take stuff public, right? So 10 million to just keep quiet. Let's figure this out on our own. Why you lying? Or okay, yeah, I really did this. Let's do it this way. Like 10 mil, I'm taking it. I'll shut my mouth. 10 mil, I'll shut up. I ain't gonna lie to you. 10 mil, I'm shutting up. But that's what I said. Sometimes people just want more. They just want more money. 10 mil, all right, I'm taking it. But no, she wants that full 50 mil. All right, she wants that full 50 mil. And what makes me laugh about cases like this, it seems like they're using money to cope. Money is their drug to cope. Yeah, this happened to me, but yeah, I got paid, so I'm okay. You know what? I want this much money and I'll be fine. People, real victims of this will tell you money doesn't change that. Money does not. It's the same way money doesn't bring back time when you go to jail. Oh, I was in jail for 5 years. Let's not do 5 years. Let's go a little bit more exaggerated for people to understand the message. 50 years. You come out wrongly convicted, right? So you get exonerated. Now they're like, all right, here, we're going to pay you this much money. Nah, I was just in jail for 50 years for something I did not do. Money's not going to bring that time back. That's trash. You see what I'm saying? So people know money doesn't really solve everything. But for some other people, oh no, it does. And as we could tell, you don't want 10 mil to just not take it public. You can handle this in quiet, but no, you want the full 50. You see where things start to get iffy? And what's funny is, in this whole lawsuit, Miss Gabby here, our accuser, dropped audio of Shannon saying he'll choke her in public, right? But here's the part that confuses me more. When you first hear it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But when you read the text messages, it felt like it felt very BDSM like, which we'll get to in a second. But you read the messages, you're like, oh my gosh, there was some kinky stuff. She's saying choke me, hit me, you know, abuse me. Like you're looking at you like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Now on the flip side, everybody has a limit. Everyone has tolerance. Hey, yeah, we could do all this, but hey, don't do this, here. Don't do this there. Right? So that's the part where it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, let's think about it now. Because reading the messages, you're just automatically thinking and assuming, yeah, nah, they're into that. This is all kinky stuff, foreplay, whatever. But then you really look at it and you're like, I don't know. Right? Now, apparently they saying the voice recordings have been edited and altered. We got to wait and see on that to see if they can figure that out. Because if that's the case, she need to pay Shannon money. I ain't gonna lie. People who falsely accuse people of stuff like this, you need to pay the person you're accusing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna double back to this, but it's the same thing with Drewski. Remember when Drewski came out, or everybody came, the accuser came out on Drewski, yeah, he raped me at a Diddy party and all that. Yeah, if y'all didn't know, Bank Records came out. Hmm. Bank Records came out claiming that he was actually in Atlanta with what 43 cents or something, 84 cents in his pocket. Hold on, do we have the article for that? Yes, we do. He was in Georgia on the day that he was accused in that 2018 Diddy party in California with only 91 cents in his bank account. So he got bank records and phone records to back him up. And that accuser is probably just gonna walk free. That's the part that sucks. Walk free, like nothing happened. Damn, I almost had it. I almost had it. No, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Y'all better get some good lawyers. You'll be all right. But back to this whole Shannon situation. I told y'all it's a long one. So they're saying that, well, Shannon's saying this is purely consensual. All right. It's purely consensual. All right. They allegedly met for rough sex about 100 times from late 2022 to January 2025. Now, here's the part that people were calling out. Hold on. If she's only 20, how old was she? You know what I'm saying? So people are putting two and two together. Okay, she had to be 18, 19, 20. That would make sense. Late 2022. So yeah, that would make sense. So her birthday's coming up. She got to be 21. Yeah. So we're assuming 18. Now 17, now we're, okay, hold on. But more than likely she was 18, right? Now, if you, like I said, if you read the text, you'll see it's choking, collars, role play. One of the texts said, I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy. Word for word, bar for bar. That's what it said. So this is the part that makes it seem like, bro, hold on. Y'all did this over 100 times, okay, over the course of 2 years. And now you want to say something after he signs his 100 million. That's what's like, I don't know. I don't know. We got to see more. But the part where I'm like, Shannon may be done is the past history. His ex got restraining orders on him, saying he's this and that. Like, they could use that. You know what I mean? They could bring that up, and that's going to make everything worse. So, like I said, I don't know. I really don't know. There's too many variables involved here. Way too many. I just don't understand what's going to happen. I really don't. But we're going to have to wait and see. More news is constantly brought to light. Shannon screenshotting what his PR team's telling him. That was an amateur move. It's copy and paste, brother. You don't screenshot the message. So I don't know who's gonna win this. I mean, there's so much evidence out there for both parties that can affect both sides. Shannon, he had Cat Williams and Monique telling him, bruh, Don't do it with these white women. Don't do it. Don't do it. We seen what happened to Jonathan Majors. Don't do it. Shit, whatever. I'll be all right. No, now you're not all right. And it's not all your white women. Relax, y'all. All right, relax. But it just goes to show there is evidence out there that they can use, and we do know the court system do use videos and music. People say they don't know, they do. All right, if you talk about killing people in the song and they really want you gone, they're gonna use your lyrics, bro. As much as they say we can't or we won't, they will. You know what I mean? They're gonna find probable cause. So now we got to see what happens with this whole situation. But like I said, for it to happen right after he signed $100 million deal, make it make sense. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. Now, we already talked about that, people. Let's get a little bit more lighthearted. All right, let's get a little bit more lighthearted. Let's dive right into why people think a gorilla can beat 100 men. All right, this ended up trending not too long ago, and it just stirred up controversy everywhere. Everybody's like, nah, no, you're tripping. No, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm sure 100%. No, I'm serious. No, you're tripping. Don't think what. Everybody's going everywhere. All right. Now, it's just a simple question. Would 100 men be able to fight one gorilla? Now, we have to look at the context clues. That's what it said. But we're assuming they're unarmed. 100 unarmed men. Okay. Taking on one silverback gorilla. All right. That's what they said, silverback now. So now we know they're a little bit more aggressive. Okay. Now, I'm not on the fence at all. I'm leaning 100% towards the men. I'm throwing the whole kitchen sink on there. If I'm a betting man, that's it. That's all I have. Life insurance is gone. Health insurance, car insurance, life savings, everything's gone. The clothes on my back. I'm giving it all up. All right. And the reason why I say that is if you look at history, first off, humans have been reaching towards the top of the apex predator list, right? Of course, you had your dinosaurs and all them at the top, but then we said, now hold on, let's be at the top, and we became the apex predator for now, from what we know, right? From what we know, because all it takes is one species that we ain't never seen, and we're like, hold on, never mind. But we're the apex predator, right? As cavemen and all that, we fighting and taking out everything because we just wanted to eat. We had to survive. So we're taking out anything we see. Right. So that's the first advantage. Now, of course, we evolve and at the same time devolve because now we have so much technology. People are becoming more technology dependent. People are lazier. People don't know how to garden. People don't know how to change tires. People don't know how to use tools. People don't know how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part where it's like, you get a little iffy, right? Now, here's what I said to myself, well, damn, if I pick 100 men to do this, I'm a little nervous. What happens if it's random? Like, they don't give us more context. What if it's just random 100 men? Nah, I might go to the gorilla because I don't know. The Earth's population, are we taking just America's population? Like, there's so many variables because if you do just America, half of America damn near is obese. You know what I'm saying? You can almost say damn near half the world is obese. People aren't really physically fit. People aren't really, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now if you just get averagely to highly fit people, oh, I'm going to the men 100%. They got this, right? Now, if we look at the gorilla, right? The gorilla's strength is obscene. One hit, game over. You know, you got one person say he got punched and it felt like he got hit by a train. And apparently the gorilla was drunk or something. So it was even full force. Okay. So that means this punch might destroy you. Bite force, insane. All right. Extreme muscles, right? They can survive gunshots to the head because they're thick skull. They got fast twist muscles. Like everything just seems like it was over. It's over. But the one thing they don't have, endurance. That's the one thing they don't have, people. Just let the first 50 people try their best. If the gorillas tired by then, game over. GG's. Y'all win. Right? Y'all win. But gorillas are smart. They're not going to take this fight just to begin with. But if they had to, yeah, let the first 50 people just sacrifice themselves. And then the next 40, go ahead and try your luck. And then the last 10, you win. The last 10, if you're the last 10, you're all right. You should be all right. 90 people, that gorilla's going to be tired. Because it's not just going to instantly kill everybody. It might instantly take out a good 20. Instant is over. But the rest is going to have to work for it. And they're just going to keep working for the rest. And that's where the stamina's coming in. Now they're tired. Now you just come in, take the eyes out, take the nuts out, and then just try your luck. Try to do some more damage if you can. Throw punches, hit his heart, do something. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Now, like I said, that's unarmed. You give them just a knife, it's wraps. Just one knife. Everybody gets one little pocket knife. They win easily. Easily. You get them spears easily. But if you're going unarmed, yeah, I'm still gonna go to the men. It'll be tough. I'm still gonna go to the 100 men. 100 people is a lot of people, yo. Y'all just don't make it. You just don't. It don't seem like a lot, but it's a lot of people, yo. 100 people is a lot. You know what I mean? And that's why I said people don't understand. Like, bro, we're the apex predator. We come in this thing with a plan and calculations. We thinking 5 steps ahead than this monkey, bro. I'm just trying to tell y'all. We're gonna be 5 steps ahead, hitting them from different angles. We got it. But like I said, if you give us one weapon, I'm picking a pocket knife. That's it. That's it. We don't need no sword. We don't need no guns. Just one pocket knife to make it even, to make it more fair. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't give us a sword and all that. Oh, it's not fair. Okay, let's just get a pocket knife. You know what I'm saying? We'll be all right. Shit, give us a stick. We'll make it a little sharp at the end. Now we got a spear. GG's. Even if we didn't make it sharp, it's a stick. I'm poking your eye out. I'm going to shove it down the monkey's throat. It's GG's. We got it. Good game, people. So, yes, I'm not on the fence, people. 100 men is taking this monkey out. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn, people. All right, we ended the debate right there. I just gave you all the facts. Okay? I just gave you all the facts. But it was interesting to see people argue over that. But like I said, hey, give me the men, bro. I don't know why people think this could really gonna take out 100 of us. Nah, not happening. Not happening. Now, we already talked about the big heavy hitters. Time to slow down a little bit, but before we fully slow down, with our foot still on the gas, all right. I'm just letting up a little bit. Our boy Ye was at it again. All right. Ye is banned off Twitch already, by the way. He can't live stream right now on there. Apparently he said some homophobic slurs. Um, anti-Semitic things were said. He threw up a Nazi salute. Talked about Elon, like I love him or something like that. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I can't defend him no more. I know he did graduation. I know he did, but it's getting to a point, Kanye. It's getting to a point, yeah, where I don't know what to say anymore. So I don't know anymore. I really don't know, people. But hey, let him do his thing, I guess. Let him do his thing, I guess. So what happened? Okay, let's just look at it. So um that's not even what I wanted to talk about from what Ye did. What Ye said on Twitter is pretty much just letting people know, yeah, I dropped this new song called Cousin, just what you guys to hear, da 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 da. But it's just a song depicting on what I did, da da da. All right, you're reading it, okay. And then the very end of this tweet, my name is Kanye West, and I sucked my cousin's dick for 10 years. or something like that. It was absurd amount of years. Um, wow, yeah, wow. That was I was speechless. I was speechless. Kanye. So that's what we do. Hmm. Now, there's an extent where people could say, "Nah, bro, he's this is empowering." He's letting people know this is what really happened. He was sexually assaulted. This takes years to try to come up with. I ain't gonna say he was sexually assaulted. He just said this is what he did. I don't know. We gonna have to. Uh, Yay, please elaborate. Like, if this is a cry for help, let us know. Did you really get assaulted, or this was this? I think I want to do this myself. I mean, let's think about it, because how you gonna say this, but then have homophobic slurs? I don't understand the the two sided on this. That I don't understand. I want to understand. That's the thing. I need to try to figure this out. Right? Because him saying this, like I said, was a bombshell. People looking at it like, bro, this is what you do. What happened? When was this? Like, caught everybody off guard. But which I thought was gonna happen, this felt like just a PR stunt because apparently Donda 2 was coming out soon. And it made sense. So, okay, everything he's been saying, talking about, everything he's been doing, PR stunt. There's gonna be a new album or song coming out, and lo and behold, we got Down to Two coming out. He made himself relevant. You guys listen to him. He's trending everywhere. Now you're gonna go get that Down to Two. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You are. So, like I said, it was interesting because, like I said before, when we talked about Ye, this felt like he was just trying to show people we still got free speech, say whatever you want, da 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 da. But there's some things we should just keep to ourselves. There's some things we should just keep to ourselves. All right, but hey, Ye is Ye. You can't tell him any different. We don't got the answers, Sway. We don't got the answers. But y'all know what time it is, man. I give you guys all the news that was very interesting to me that I feel like everybody should listen to. But we gotta hit you rapid fire. So just put your seatbelt on. Let's just knock out the rest of the news. I felt like, don't need to go too crazy with it. But I still gotta give y'all the news. Let's jump into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. government is now passing the bill to ban all artificial food dyes. This is bigger than what it seems. To us, it just seems like, okay, cool, no red 40, no yellow 5. That's actually a bigger deal than what it is. That means things are going to cost more to produce, which also means with the inflation and tariffs, everything is going to be way more expensive because we're using healthier stuff to get your colors. For red, you're going to have to use your beets. You know what I'm saying? Turmeric seasonings, you're going to have to use a little bit more of that. For yellows, now we got to go with your lemons, limes, mix them up. You can get some greens out of there. Or you got to go if you just want green, kale, cabbage, spinach. We're going to have to use natural things with that color to make that color now. You see what I'm saying? So that's the part where it's gonna seem a little like, okay, your chips and things that you usually eat and drink are gonna look a different hue than that vibrant colors that you see. Skittles is done. Skittles is toast. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gonna be eating vegetable Skittles. That's done for. All right. So, but we already see Europe do this, passing this bill and been banning that all these artificial colors are just bad for you if you did not know, especially Mountain Dew with the yellows and all that messes up men's sperm counts. So if you don't want to have kids, drink Mountain Dew. so, so yes, that's what these colors do to y'all. We had a famous Twitch streamer by the name of Pokimane that was going on a rant about the ultra rich, saying they don't like that. All these people with a lot of money. But it's funny because you have a lot of money. So if you're talking about the ultra rich, are you just super rich? Like, what's going on? You're in the same tax bracket as them. So why are you trying to relate to people who's below you? You can't relate to us. It's the same debate where people said, "Oh, streaming is harder than working a 9 to 5." No, it is not. Y'all get to stream whatever you want. Oh, anxiety. You're looking through a camera. Nobody's looking at you face to face. You should not have anxiety. But hey, maybe I'm speaking to the choir here. Maybe I don't know. And I apologize. Anxiety is different from everybody. But if you're working a 9 to 5, you're seeing everybody face to face, damn near. So there's your anxiety right there. That's even worse. All right. So, hey, I love how the streamers try to relate to us, man. And they want to talk about the ultra rich. You are part of the ultra rich people. Stop it. Stop it. The Pope did pass away. Rest in peace to the Pope. Um, Apparently, a black Pope could be next in line. But the amount of racism that we will see will be Wilt Chamberlain numbers. It will put up historic numbers of racism if we have a black pope. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be insane. That'll be something we ain't never seen before, people. We, woo, that's gonna be crazy. California is giving all the homeless people fentanyl. That's what the California mayor says he wants to do is just give them all the fentanyl they want. That's all right. Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, maybe that'll stop the homeless epidemic. I don't know for sure, but hey, maybe that will stop it. Colin Kaepernick is saying that he is still QB ready if the NFL ever wants to give him a call. From what his wife is saying, Kaepernick has not played in 8 seasons and turns 38 this fall. So, hey, hopefully he does get another shot, but I doubt it. I just don't see it happening. Feels like he's pretty much just been blackballed the whole time from the NFL, and I think it's gonna stay that way. I don't think he is gonna go back, but if he does, hopefully he does perform at an excellent level to show people that age is just a number. We've seen Tom do it. Maybe Kaepernick could do it. Rodgers, we need to see a little bit more from him. But hey, so we got to see what's going on with that. All right. Mr. Donald Trump is proposing a $5,000 baby bonus to boost the U.S. population. All right. Every new mom will get $5,000. We got to see if he's really going to do that. I doubt it. I don't think he will. But if he does, well, you're about to see a bunch of teen pregnancies. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's about to just get wicked out here. People are just going to be, yeah, it's gonna get serious. It's gonna get serious. People want that money. I'm trying to tell you. A random woman is going viral online for saying that her nigga is mad at her because he cheated on him on her birthday. Well, she feels like it's her day, so she should do it whatever she wants. I hope that's fake. I hope that's fake because if that's real, the mindset of some of you women is sickening. It's poisonous. Same thing for y'all men too. Some for y'all men too, but that right there is you need Jesus. She needs Jesus. I ain't gonna lie. She a Christian church. Matter of fact, go Catholic so she could really get the Holy Ghost because that's insane. But to wrap up the podcast, y'all know we got to go ahead and get right to the sports. Um, the playoffs is interesting but boring at the same time. Let me explain. The teams that we thought were gonna make it, the teams that we thought were gonna win, nah. Lakers is down 3-1 to the Timberwolves. Bucks are down 3-1 to the Pacers. Magic down 3-1 to the Celtics. I believe it's 3-1 Knicks or 2-1 Knicks to the Pistons. You know, or I should say Pistons down 3-1 or 2-1 to the Knicks. Sorry. Eh, what's going on? No Luka, Braun, or Giannis in these playoffs is about to happen. That's what's about to happen. I believe it's 2-1 Nuggets on Clippers, I think, or 2-2, something like that. Take Jokic out, then we're really gonna have a boring playoffs. Take Curry out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just give the Celtics the championship at that point. So we're gonna see who can make the 3-1 comeback. We've already seen Braun do it before. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it this time. I'm not gonna lie to you. If they're able to make it to a game 7, I think they win. I'm gonna be real, Joe. If the Lakers are able to make it to a game 7, I think they're gonna shake the Timberwolves and be like, "Whoa, how they doing this?" And the Lakers win it. If the Lakers can't, obviously they lose. But if they make it to a game 7, I think they take it home. Um, Magic, see you later. I wanted y'all to win, but no, it's over. Celtics got that. Pistons, I was rooting for y'all. Knicks got it. Bucks, yeah, I'm sorry. Pacers got y'all number. It's over there. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was actually interesting. I still got Clippers over Nuggets. I know I'm a Nuggets fan, but Kawhi and Harden are cooking right now, and I kind of don't want Jokic to get another ring. I know I'm hating. When LeBron retires, I will fully be Nuggets fan. I'm sorry, guys. It's just I gotta wait. LeBron's the man. I sound like I'm glazing, but no, I'm dead serious. I'm dead ass. No, for real. When LeBron retires, then I'll be a Nuggets fan. Okay. Rockets and Warriors. That game's gonna go game 7. It just feels like it. That team, that Rockets team is nice, bro. That Rockets team is nice, but you can't count Curry out, and they had no Jimmy and still won. So we got to see what's going on. Oh, Cavs, they're about to sweep the Heat. Thunder already swept theirs that first sweep. Cavs about to sweep the Heat. We're not worried about that. So, I mean, hey, playoffs has been okay. The NFL draft, we've seen Travis Hunter go number 2 to the Jaguars, which was stupid for the Browns to trade that because the Browns ended up getting Shador Sanders. They could have had Travis too, but no, they traded to the Jags. And apparently, the Jags is going to allow Travis Hunter to play both wide receiver and cornerback. So we have to see what happens and how that plays out at the NFL level. Obviously, he's not going to play as many snaps on both sides, but the fact that he's playing both sides is going to be interesting to see the least, or say the least, I should say. And speaking of Shador Sanders, he dropped all the way to the 5th round, I believe, which was shocking for everybody. We thought he would just go 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Nope, dropped all the way down to the 5th round. So now people are saying this is going to be the Tom Brady 2.0. He's about to show y'all all the teams going to be upset again because they did this to Lamar Jackson, did this to Tom Brady. Like, we're going to see what happens. I think he is good. He is going to have a good career if they manage him right and play him right. But he's on the Cleveland Browns. That QB room is terrible. I'm not going to lie. That QB room is terrible. So Shador should be starting ASAP. Just throw him in the starting lineup, people. The Broncos, it looks like we just said fuck the offense and drafted a lot of defense. I'm not mad at it. Well, I mean, of course, we did get a tight end, running back, and a wide receiver. We did. But the defense is looking scary, boy. The defense is looking stupid. No Fly Zone 2.0. That's what we're trying to make, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. Defense wins games, and NFL definitely does. Definitely does, people. So, yeah, it's been looking good. Colorado Rockies, I forgot. Not Rockies, Avalanche hockey. They're in the playoffs too. Last time I checked, Avalanche was doing their thing. They were doing their thing. Yeah, I told you I try to dabble with some other sports. I try to dabble. I try. Okay. And let me see. I can actually give y'all. Yeah, baseball, we're not going to talk about it. The Rockies are terrible. We're not going to talk about that. But it's 2-2 right now. Avalanche going against the Stars. Yeah, I told you I dabble. And it's the Western Conference first round. All right, Game 5. Colorado Avalanche is the 5th seed going against the Stars, who's the 3rd seed. So we're going to see if Colorado can make it up out of there. All right, we're going to see what happens. But with all that being said, man, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for tuning in always to another edition of My Honest Take. I do truly do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Like I said, I know we're a little late today, but this was jam-packed. This was a jam-packed show. So I'm glad you guys hung in there with me for this long. And we're still going to keep pushing and still keep going. So I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys for always tuning in. My name is Quincy, and you've been listening to My Honest Take.